Welcome back. So we are in the trailer. I wanted to do this video outside, but it's raining again. It rained not last weekend, the weekend before I was here. It rained all weekend, and it's doing it again. So I love that for me. I love that it rains whenever I go show, but that's okay. Today is halter showmanship and Western classes. Tomorrow are the English classes. So I did do the halter this morning. Dallas is not a halter horse. His dad is, his mom is. He didn't get big. He's definitely a hunter horse for sure. So we didn't place in those classes, which is okay. I like getting him ready in the mornings and get him out in the ring. The more I can have him in the ring, the better he is when I do start riding him in the riding classes. So for him, it's just like getting him in there, giving him a job, keeping his mind busy, and keeping him like paying attention to me. Whatever, you're not here for that. You're here for a makeup tutorial. So it is 2:30-ish today. I put this makeup on around 6:30 this morning. Jump scare. I'm going to take my hat off. It's still on. The eyebrows are on. The lipstick is a little faded because I've ate a couple times today. The highlighter's still there. The blush is there. The contour's there. The mascara is still on. Like, everything is there. I'm a little bit shiny because it is raining. But what I'm saying is the way I do my makeup, it lasts. So that's the main thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing horse show makeup, is that it lasts, and that from far away, people can see the makeup you have done. So they want to see contour, they want to see blush, highlighter, whatever you're doing. You don't want to do it so it doesn't show up to a judge or to a photographer or to people in the stands. Does that make sense? So it's not like you're doing your makeup to go to dinner with your friends where they're going to be right here, like close up. Your makeup isn't going to be as bold. Where if people are in the middle of a ring or up in a stand, or if a photographer is by the end gate, you want them to be able to pick up your facial features, your natural facial structure, and with makeup, you can enhance that. You can highlight the areas of your face you want to highlight. You can contour and slim it and do all kinds of stuff. That's what we're going to do. It's a 3-minute intro. I'm so sorry. I'm going to wipe all of this off, and I'm going to show you how I created it. Okay, makeup is off, hair's up and out of the way. Before we even get started with the makeup, I cannot stress enough the importance of good skincare before you even put your makeup on. If your skin is not in a good place, no matter how much makeup you put on, it's not going to turn out good. So when you see people with the makeup that like balls up on their face, or it settles into their pores and into their lines, and it's like dripping or slipping off their face, that's all down to skincare for the most part. So number one, especially at the horse shows, I know it's hard, and you don't want to be running to the bathroom every 2 classes, but you have got to stay hydrated. I normally drink like a gallon of water a day when I'm at home and at my barn. When I'm at the horse show, like, I'm lucky to drink like 2 of these a day. So it's very easy to not stay hydrated, and that directly affects your skin. So like, every chance you get, like if you have a spare second or in between a class, just drink a whole bottle of water. Get it down. It's going to make you feel better. You're going to be more sharp, and your skin is going to look better. The second thing is good skincare. I, for the most part, use the MaryKay line. I don't sell MaryKay. I don't do any of that. I just happened to stumble across some of their products. I absolutely loved it. It changed my skin, and I'm not looking back. So if you are interested, or if you don't have a skincare routine, or you're not in love with your skincare routine, I highly suggest reaching out to a MaryKay rep, and you can test the products. They can customize something for you. But basically what I use is a nighttime moisturizer, a daytime moisturizer, an under eye moisturizer, a lip moisturizer or a lip scrub and a moisturizer, because I have really dry lips most of the time. So that, and then at the end of the day, when your makeup is just baked into your face and sweat and dirt and everything else, it's very important to have a good exfoliator. So when you shower at the end of the day, you're exfoliating all of the makeup off, all the dead skin, you're cleaning your pores out so you're not going to get breakouts. That's probably the main thing you want, is some sort of exfoliator. And then you want to do a cleanser on top of that, wash that off, moisturize, go to bed, and you're going to be great for the next morning. The other thing that I see a lot, and it's probably my biggest pet peeve of all time, is people, and we all have it, we all have that peach fuzz on our face everywhere, okay? It's everywhere. Peach fuzz here, down here on your nose. Go to your Walgreens, your Rite Aid, your Ulta, whatever, and people are texting me, tell them to stop. Get these, they're just called dermaplaning razors, and shave your face. It's a game changer. It makes your product, not only your skincare product, but your makeup product, sit so much smoother on your skin. And when you put your makeup on, it's not going to stick to those little hairs and look just, I don't know, it looks like a caterpillar sometimes when you put too much powder on your face and you have facial hair. Do this, I don't know, I do it like once every couple of weeks when I notice, like around here I get a lot of peach fuzz. And so I'll just, you know, take my razor and dermaplane that right off. It also gets rid of dead skin, so it's really going to up your skincare routine, and it's going to make your makeup look a million times better. Trust me and do it. Only use these like twice. The razor is going to get dull. Throw it out. Use a new one. They're super cheap. You can buy a whole pack for like $1 or something. So let's get into it. Start with a primer or your skincare. Whatever you want to do. I just use moisturizer on my face. And if you are oily skinned, you want to use some sort of a mattifying primer. Something that's going to fight the sweat and the oils that you are going to accumulate throughout the day. If you are dry, I suggest using a primer that is like a radiant primer or some sort of a dewy primer, because we're going to have to put powders on top of that to mattify that down. That way when you sweat, even if you're dry, you are still going to sweat. And I still need that makeup to stick to your face. So we cannot load you up with dewy products and cream products and expect it to last all day long. It's just going to be hard. You're battling the elements here. So the first thing we do is our eyes. Whatever eye look you're going to do, you do the eye look first. Because if there's any kind of fallout or whatever, we can clean that up before we put foundation on. I do not do eyeshadow for a couple reasons. One, just mainstream. I feel like eyeshadow is kind of going out of trend. The trend now is leaning towards big, bushy, but natural looking eyebrows and eyelashes. So I spend my time focusing on my eyebrows and my eyelashes. I also have hooded eyes and I have oily eyelids. So it is super hard for me to keep eyeshadow on all day at a show. If you're going to do eyeshadow, keep in mind what color your outfits are going to be, especially if you're doing Western and, you know, your halter outfit is just a black suit, and then your pleasure or your horsemanship jacket is pink or red, whatever. If you start adding colors into your wardrobe, you need to make sure whatever eye look you do matches everything you're going to wear throughout the day. You do not want to clash. You can get around that by just doing a neutral eyeshadow. Either a cool or a warm tone neutral eyeshadow look. That's fine. Do that first. I'm skipping that step. I'm going right into my eyebrows. So what I do for my eyebrows is I just use the NYX brow glue. This is in the shade black, so it's going to give me some color. And I'm just going to run this through I do have a mirror right here. So if I'm looking over here, I'm looking into the mirror. So I'm going to run this through my eyebrows. And the key with brow glue, especially this one is my favorite, is you have to let it sit on the brow hairs for a little bit, especially if you haven't had your eyebrows laminated in a little bit. You have to let this start to dry a little bit before you can actually place the hairs where you want them. Okay, eyebrows are on, but it's very messy, so this is why we do this first. You're going to take a Q-tip, and you're just going to carve out. So this brow glue does have pigment to it, so that's how it kind of gives you like the more fuller eyebrow look. So what we do is you just take your Q-tip and you cut your lines, make your lines clean and sharp, shape it the way you want it, and then you're good to go. If you're not into this eyebrow look, that is okay. Or if you just had your eyebrows done, obviously you would not need to do this. But that is just like the trend in makeup right now. So do whatever you want to do to your eyebrows. That's basically all I'm saying. Always have Q-tips handy. You are always going to need those. Next up, we are going to do foundation. I always use a beauty blender. I use a beauty blender for almost everything because it really presses the makeup into your skin, into your pores, into your fine lines. We all got them. I turned 32 this year and my fine lines are lining. Let's just leave it there. So the foundation that I use is the Maybelline Matte and Poreless because I lean on the oily side and I do sweat a lot when it's hot outside. If you are dry, use whatever foundation you like. If you typically use a super dewy foundation, probably bump it down a notch. Like go with a more natural finish foundation, especially for the summer shows, because I really don't want that foundation to slip off your face when you are sweating in 100 degrees in your hunt coats. So that came out aggressively. I also did put lip balm on my lips just so we can make sure they're nice and soft for our lipstick look. So all I'm doing is just stamping this into my face, down my neck. I know it looks the wrong color right now, but you're going to see why we do this in a minute. This is the difference between horse show makeup and like going out to dinner makeup to see your friends, because I hate when I see pictures of people at shows, especially the world shows, where it's like, you know, that's a big deal that you made it there, and then, you know, you get your picture taken and you look like a washed out corpse. And it really hurts my feelings because I'm like, man, if I spent all that time and money to get my horse into the world show and I got a photographer taking pictures of me and I look like that, man, I don't know, it just makes me feel bad. Like, I want all girls to look and feel their best, and if makeup isn't your thing, then that's okay. If it is your thing, I want it to make you feel absolutely flawless. So I'm just still pressing this in. You can't overblend anything, especially your foundation. This is the base for everything else we're going to do today. Drag it down your neck a little bit. Okay. That will do. Make sure you're careful around your eyebrows because you don't want to leave like a gap between your natural skin color and your foundation, but you also don't want to cover up your eyebrows. So go with your natural color, obviously, or like a half a shade darker because we can do some things to lighten it up. I cannot stress enough, I don't want you looking washed out. That's the number one thing. So now foundation is on, we're going to do concealer. Okay, don't get scared because I understand this concealer is way lighter than my skin tone. We have to have it that way. It has to be this way. When you are showing, you're going to have a hat on. That hat is putting a shadow. Look where it puts your shadow. Right under your under eye. So if you have dark under eyes, which little sleep and stress from a horse show is going to give you dark under eyes, and then you have a shadow from your hat on top of it, it's going to be a bad situation. Cowboy hats, hunt caps, whatever. So this is a really good representation of where that is going to hit you. So that's right where we put our concealer, right? So we can't just put concealer on our face like 1 or 2 shades lighter than our skin tone like we typically would, because no one is seeing us like this. No one is going to see us this close. And we're also going to have a shadow on our face. So we have to brighten it even more. Do you understand? Go with the lightest, lightest concealer that you can possibly stand. So we're going to paint this right in our inner corner. We're going to take the pointy end of our Beauty Blender and stamp this in right up to that waterline, into our inner corner, down our nose. I stop right here at my nose and come up. So you can kind of think of like a triangle of where we're going to want to put this concealer, and then drag it all the way up. So we're going to bring it up, and that's going to help lift your face. It's going to help combat that shadow. And I don't know what it is about the lighting in these indoors. It's terrible. So the next thing we need to do right away is set this concealer so it doesn't crease. I didn't tell you what concealer I used. I am so sorry. This is the ColourPop Hyaluronic ColourPop Hydrating Concealer. I have no idea what the shade is. Very, very light. And then I'm going in with the e.l.f. HD powder to set this. This is just a very finely milled translucent powder and a little velvet puff. So I'm just going to pick up some of this powder, and we're going to lightly press that into the area we put the concealer. This is going to brighten even more, and it's going to set it so it doesn't smear or crease or do any funny thing like that. Now we're going to set the rest of our face. So I am using the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the Matte and Poreless setting powder. I need a new one. Whoa, I need a new one. But we're just going to take our damp beauty blender, pick up some of the product, not a ton. I just need to set the contour. I need to set the foundation so I can then put powders on top of it. That's the only purpose for this step. So we're going to contour. If you have never contoured before, today is the day that you start. Trust me, it's going to be a game changer for you. So I have the Makeup Revolution contour palette. It gives you 3 different contour shades. It gives you, this was like an under eye powder. These are under eye powders, highlighters, whatever. Obviously I use the contour colors a lot. So we're going to go in with the darkest one. This one right here. Yes, it is probably a couple shades too dark. Do you understand like the theme we're going? Like everything is going to be either really light for us or really dark for us. Like we're doing drastic colors here. We're not doing like our normal everyday colors. So this is a Ulta, let me see, Bronzer 21 brush. So I'm just picking up this product on the tip of my brush, tap the excess off. Now you can see, especially on this side, where my natural shadow hits my face, which is going to be from the corner of my ear, basically right to the corner of my mouth. So this is where we want to put our contour. We want to put it high so it lifts the face and slims the face. And we want to focus majority of the product up here by our ear. So we're going to start out here get the product off the brush onto the skin, and then slowly and lightly drag it down. You don't want to bring it all the way to the corner of your mouth. That's just going to look weird. You might want to stop like at the tip of where like your nose would hit, like right here. So contour here to here. Let's get it. And I'm not using a lot of pressure. I am just barely touching like the very tip of this brush onto my skin and blending it out. Go in with a small amount first if you're nervous, because you can always build it up and make it darker and go back in. Once you put it on your face, you really can't take it off. Now, while we have our contour palette out, we're going to contour our nose. If you don't want to do this, skip this step. I personally hate the way my nose looks, so I contour it. You can contour your nose, you can contour your lips, you can contour your jaw. It's whatever makes you look and feel the best. I like to do my nose. You can make your nose more narrow, you can make it wider, you can make it longer, you can make it shorter. If it is crooked, you can straighten it out. You can do all of that with contour. So it is like little mini plastic surgery. How's everyone's show season going so far? What shows have you done? What shows are you excited for? This is our second show. And it's probably one of the bigger ones. We do a lot of open shows because he's a solid paint, and there's not a lot of solid paints in my area that go to the paint shows. So next year we might try to show with the regular registry. I'm not sure how I feel about that rule change. Okay, nose is contoured. It makes such a difference to me. The thing with makeup is it's a lot of little minute, like almost invisible steps, but then when you get the final look, it's night and day different compared to you with no makeup. Like each step seems like it's meaningless, but then when you get the final ta-da, you know what I mean? It's just night and day. Okay, now we're going to do blush. I need my blush brush. So this is an e.l.f. blush brush. It's similar to your contour brush. It's just a little bit smaller and more dense. Use the Benefit Hoola Duo here. I'm going to dab into this. And where we place our blush is on top of your contour. So your contour is here. We're going to place our blush here. I keep saying brush. I'm just used to like grabbing like my brush tote. That's what I'm used to saying. We are going, this side is so much easier for you to see. So here's our contour. We are going to place our blush here. So if you smile, find the apples of your cheeks. Find the center of the apple of your cheek. Your blush is going to go here, up. That's going to create a lifted effect. And that's also where, if you were to get sun, that's where the sun is going to hit you first, on top of your cheekbone, kind of like going up to your temples. Start off with a little bit, then pack it on. Blush is normally the first thing that will fade away from a makeup look. So if you are showing in the all around and you have to be in the ring for halter, showmanship, horsemanship, and pleasure, it might be a good idea to keep blush and a brush in your ring bag, just so you can touch up, because probably by the time you get to your horsemanship class, some of your blush might be faded away. That's nothing you did wrong, it happens. It happens to me. The blush on me is always the first thing to fade. So do not be afraid to pack that on and make it look a little clownish at first. because when the judge is looking at you, when the photographer is looking at you, they're going to be able to see this as well, and it's really going to look pretty and flawless. So again, the theme to this is do everything a little bit more bold than you naturally would. And if you love blush, add more blush. Now, what you can do next is you can either add a highlighter or a blush topper. I like blush, so I do a blush topper. This is the Chromafushion blush in Juicy Peach. So it is so pretty. I don't know if you can... I was trying to show you how shiny it is. A blush topper. So it is a blush that is going to have sheen to it. It's going to have sparkle or glitter or whatever. So we're going to pick up a little bit of this. It's very pigmented. We're going to lightly put that on top, and that's going to act as a blush with a highlighter mixed in, basically. If you want to skip this step, go right into your highlighter, go for that. See how it adds a little bit of a sheen. Just be careful, because we're going to get our own natural sheen in a little bit anyway from the sweat and the rain and all that. So be mindful. Now we are going to go in with eyeliner, because again, that whole concept of having something kind of blocking your eyes can look a little dead. You add eyeliner, contrast the dark eyeliner to our bright under eye, our really bright white under eye. It's going to make your eyes pop a little bit, and it's just going to tie the whole look in. Our next step is going to be mascara. So here's where you can do whatever you want. If you want to do eyelashes and put strip eyelashes on, you can do that. If you put strip eyelashes on, I highly suggest you go in and put eyeliner on top, because that's going to blend the strip in with your natural eyelash. And when your eyelash is on, when your glue is dried and everything, take mascara and put mascara on your natural eyelash, and that will also blend your real eyelash to your fake eyelash. I don't do that at shows. I love wearing fake eyelashes. I can't tolerate it at shows. I don't know what it is. It drives me crazy. So I'm just going to do mascara. Two different ones. Let me tell you about my eyeliner first. This is the MaryKay eyeliner in just plain black. Mascaras I use are the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift. I use this for the top, and I use the regular L'Oreal Telescopic for the bottom. If you have a problem with bottom mascara shedding on your bottom lashes, this one is very good. I highly suggest you give this one a try, the L'Oreal Telescopic. So let's put on mascara, and you do not need to watch me do this. Okay, eyeliner. Oh my gosh, I'm tired. The mascara is on. And a quick tip for you guys, if you get mascara like on your bottom, like under your under eye or in your crease, let it dry. Finish your makeup look, let it dry, and then go back with a dry Q-tip, and you can like literally just touch the spots, and the Q-tip will pick the little black spot right up, and you won't smear your makeup. So like I said, keep Q-tips handy. Now we're going to go into our lip look. Personal preference. If you want to have your makeup finished here, that's okay. Carry chapstick or a gloss with you. If you want to do a lip, do a lip. Do whatever color you want. I show with a girl who does a really dark red, like a Merlot color, and it looks so good. I don't think I could pull it off. I personally like wearing bright red lipstick. I don't want to do that at a horse show. It's too risky for me. So I either just go with a gloss or like a nude. to keep in mind the colors of your outfits. If you are doing outfit changes, if your colors change throughout the day, please don't do a lip color that clashes with your outfit, okay? If you have multiple colors or if you're just not sure what matches, always go with a nude. You cannot go wrong with a nude lip. And I am obsessed with the NYX line of all lip products. These are all the NYX brand products. So you want to start with a lip liner. The lip liner is going to keep your lipstick from like bleeding up into your foundation. It's going to make your lines a lot more sharp. If you want to overline your lips or give your lips a little bit of a different shape, you must do that with your lip liner, and then your lipstick will go on top. It doesn't matter if you use a liquid lipstick, a cream lipstick, a matte lipstick, a satin lipstick. You need to start with a liner. If you're not a fan of lipstick, but you wanted a little bit of color, you can definitely just put lip liner on and then put a gloss on top of it. You can go in with a liquid lip or a lipstick, a bullet. Personal preference, the NYX Suede lipstick. Again, just a nude color. To keep it from getting on your teeth, stick your finger in your mouth, suck your finger and pull it out like that. So see that ring of lipstick? That's what would get on your teeth. So do that. And you can do it a couple times just to be sure. Then, if you want to do something extra, you can add a lip gloss. So I have two. I have a darker one and a lighter one. Let's go in with the darker one, just to give us a little bit of color. Lips are done. Finish off with a setting spray. I don't need it. All the powder that I just put on my face is going to lock everything in for me. If you're really oily and you're still scared that you're going to sweat this off, go in with a mattifying setting spray or a long-lasting setting spray. If you are dry and you are afraid that you are going to be too dry and too cakey throughout the day, go in with a dewy setting spray. Just don't overdo it. That is something else you might want to keep into your ring bag, is your dewy setting spray. So if you think you're getting a little too dry, you can spray that on your face and it's going to just blend everything so flawlessly into your skin. So I know we look a little wild. Our blush is really popping right now. It's okay. When you get your hat on, right, you're still going to see everything. Even with your shadows, you're not going to look washed out. You're not going to look dead. You're going to look beautiful and sun-kissed. So I hope that helped you. I cannot wait to see everybody's show pictures and your results from all your shows. And good luck. And I love you all, and you are beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.